Hello and welcome to 100 Yards of Football, sports talk radio presented by the Dallas Weekly Newspaper. We are so excited to bring you the Dallas Cowboys versus the Bengals. And to kick this off, there's no way we can do it better than to bring you a lifelong Cowboys fan, the best sports analyst in the game, the man who I trust more than any other in this industry, and that man himself is Mr. Football, the sports encyclopedia, Vincent Turner. How's it going, Vincent?
How you doing, man? You so kind this morning.
Hey, we got to do what we got to do. With the Dallas Weekly, we are so excited to be bringing you this game preview. Dallas played the Ravens last night. So, the schedule's changed. Things get a little wonky for the 2020 season, but they're right back at it, and they're ready to face the Bengals. So, Vincent, break it down and tell us what's going to happen between the Cowboys and the Bengals.
Well, since we've been doing this weekly broadcast of the Dallas Cowboys games during the week, we've really tried to be optimistic. Mm-hmm. So what I came to grips last night, Jeremiah, and to all my Cowboys fans and Cowboy Nation, that number one, it might be a story that we start looking to next year. Mm-hmm. We're 2 games out for the lead in the NFC East, but realistically, I don't really see the Cowboys really winning the division. And last night playing the Ravens, that almost came to an end because with that loss, to me, in my mind mentally, is that the Cowboys have been eliminated for the 2020 season, which is the NFL playoffs. I'm going to bring up 2 key points, and I'm going to keep it short and quick. Defensively, we all know the Cowboys' defense and defending the run has been a problem all year. Well, last night they went against the best running quarterback in the game, Lamar Jackson. You saw what happened. They gave up 294 yards total, almost 7 yards a carry to all 3 guys that was carrying the load for the Baltimore Ravens, Mr. Jackson, Gus Edwards, and J.K. Dobbins. Right. Number 2, the thing that stuck out to me mostly is that the Cowboys played well offensively. Andy Dalton had a decent game. But when you look at the Cowboys' offensive line, you're not going to win on any level when you lost 3 players that played at a Pro Bowl level. Right. Then you lost another player that's All-Pro, and Zach Martin is out for the year. Then you lost your quarterback in Dak Prescott. Those things are not going to happen. And then in a pandemic year, hey, man, we just got to move on this Cowboys Nation. But I would say this. The game against Cincinnati is very winnable on Sunday. We're going against a team that lost their star quarterback in Joe Burrow. They got Ryan Finley, a veteran that's been there for a couple of years. They do have some offensive pieces. Your guy from your hometown in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, Mr. T. Higgins, is looking to make his bone as the best rookie wide receiver in the game going up against C.D. Lamb on Sunday. So that's the matchup. I want to see which rookie wide receivers are going to play well. But I'm going to end the Cowboys video today simply and plainly. The Cowboys are 3-9, and all I can say to Cowboys Nation, let's start looking to the 2021 draft. And as a young man right now, if you look at the Cowboys, they got the 4th pick overall in the draft. There's a young man at Alabama who's playing on the best team in the country, the cornerback. His dad played at Southern Mississippi, played 9 years with the Miami Dolphins. We better be looking at Patrick Surtain, to team up with his teammate Trayvon Diggs and move on to 2021. But I would say this, I was very proud of the Cowboys last night due to all the facts that's happened this year, the injuries, the turmoil, Mike McCartney coming into his first year. When you have those things happen, you're just not going to win no football games. And that's just as simple and plain. But we can always look toward the rest of the season and to next year. So for the Cowboys Nation here on 100 Yards Football, let's start looking at 2021. We need a cornerback. We need a defensive lineman. And we probably might need a backup running back because we don't know what's going to happen with Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, you're right.
And that being said, Cowboys Nation, have a blessed week. As the great Marvin Gaye say, let's get it on in Cincinnati on Sunday. Look at me. I'm not saying that with a lot of enthusiasm this morning because I face reality.
Yeah. And it is going to be a big game. So everybody watching Please let us know, what do you think will be the final score for the game. We are 100 Yards of Football, presented by the Dallas Weekly newspaper, the best #1 black newspaper in Dallas, Texas. So thank you so much for watching. The last thing we'll say is, as our game preview ends out and we're finished talking about the Cowboys versus the Bengals, don't forget that if you love our program, you can run over and listen to our program on our podcast, 100 Yards of Football, on Spotify. Just go over there to Spotify or Apple Podcasts or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Look up 100 Yards of Football, and you can listen to new programs every single week. We do game previews, we do draft specials, we interview the legendary players, coaches, and staff of all of the great teams. Plus, we do history specials where we'll bring you all the great information about legendary players past and present. So for the entire team here at the Dallas Weekly, I'm Jeremiah Long, and this is host Vincent Turner, and we'll see you guys a little later in the week.